Hey, what's up? It is Kia. It has been forever since I made a video, but I wanted to get on and make a video. For those of you who don't know, like, I'm like super preggers. Yeah, that's why I've been away. But yeah, I'm on maternity leave and everything, but I still wear makeup, and I wanted to share with you guys my updated powder foundation routine. I have not been into wearing heavy foundation or anything like that, and all I really care to do is layer on the powder. It just has more of a natural kind of look, and it's pretty much just all I've been wanting to wear. Yeah, first I start with primer, and the one that I'm using is Revlon's Beyond Natural. It's just like a smoothing primer, but I'm kind of trying to use this up. The primer kind of just moisturizes my skin and gets it ready for the powder. I have normal to dry skin. I pretty much need to use primer just because it preps my skin and kind of moisturizes it. If not, I feel like the powder goes on more cakey and dry looking. I mean, putting powder on top of dry skin. The pressed powder that I'm going to use, this is not an actual powder foundation, but this is CoverGirl's Lasting Matte Pressed Powder, and my shade I have is golden. They also have a medium golden, which might be a better match for me, but just because you can tell from looking at this that it's really yellow in undertones, but I also have gold or reddish undertones. In order for me to get the maximum coverage with this powder, I'm using my Kabuki. This is from Essence of Beauty. I like this a lot. Being preggo, like, you lose your breath, like you're out of breath all the time for no reason. I'm sitting here and I can barely breathe. It's kind of funny. I'm really kind of packing this on. Still very light coverage, but like I mentioned, you might notice it's not the best color match for me, which is why I like to use bronzers to really get a more natural coverage from it. It does, like, even out my skin tone a bit though. So my skin tone is evened out, but it doesn't look natural or anything. I just look like I put a bunch of powder on my face, which I did. My next step is actually I use the MAC Mineralize Skinfinish Natural in dark. And it looks like this, and it looks like it's probably too light for my skin, but it has the softest shimmer. This is definitely pricey. It's about $30 almost, $29 I believe. And I don't know if it's worth the money. I don't know. I love bronzer and stuff like that, but I don't know. This is what I'm using right now, but it is really pricey. And I'm using the Real Techniques powder brush, and I kind of just use it as a bronzer down the center of my face and all over. It is kind of amazing, I have to say, even for the price. It's definitely light coverage, ultra light coverage, but it just kind of evens out your tone a little bit and gives you more of a glow than a pressed powder. Pressed powder is very flat and makes your complexion look really flat. This gives you a little bit more shimmer, and as you can see, just by using it and building on to the powders, I'm getting more and more coverage. But I'm not done yet. Next, I'm going to use my Princess bronzer. Oh my god, I love this bronzer. This is Wet n Wild bronzer, their color icon, and the shade is Princess. I don't know what it is about this bronzer. It almost looks like it wouldn't show up on me, but I love the way it kind of brings warmth back to my face. Like I mentioned before, the CoverGirl pressed powder is kind of cool undertone. It's definitely warm, if you can tell the difference. So yeah, the bronzer brings some warmth back to my face, and I'm using the e.l.f. Studio complexion brush. I really love this bronzer. So it has more of a reddish undertone. And I just use it, like I said, just to bring back some of those red undertones and warmth back to my face. So I use it there. And I really use it kind of all over, but mostly on my cheekbones and things like that. That is the basic powder foundation. If I feel like contouring, what I've been using recently is the e.l.f. Contour Blush and Bronzer in Turks and Caicos. I also picked up the other one, but I love this bronzer shade. It's perfect for like a natural kind of contour. And I'm applying it with the e.l.f. Studio Angled Blush Brush. I really have been loving working with powders. And you would think because I have dry skin, I wouldn't want to use so much powder on my face, but it settles into your skin, and after a few minutes, the little bit of oils and that I do have in my face kind of come out, and I don't know, just using all the different shadows and stuff, it just makes me look like I have like a perfect complexion, which I do not, we all know. So this is pretty much basic coverage, but trying to get that most natural powder finish as possible. At this point I would just do blush, and while I'm at it, let me tell you guys about this blush palette. Oh my gosh, I finally got some of the Femme blushes. Why didn't you guys tell me about this? I don't know. I had seen videos on these blushes before, but I don't know. This winter I really just got into blush. Like I said, I haven't been wanting to wear very much makeup, like eyeshadow and stuff like that, but blushes are just giving me so much life. This is actually a limited edition blush from Revlon. Yeah, so this, I forget what it's called because this isn't, it doesn't like have the name on it, but like it was a limited edition. It's just a deep, really deep color. And this is the Real Techniques blush brush. Work it, honey. I like to, you know, use blush all over my face, just where I would naturally kind of flush and blush. And then I'm going to go back into the e.l.f. contouring blush and bronzer and use the blush side just on the apples. It's a really dusty mauve. And I need more blush. I need more blush. I've literally been wearing 3 or 4 blushes at once. I'm going to use one of my Femme blushes. This one is Cinnabar. And I'm going to make a video on these blushes very, very soon because they are everything. I just could not get enough blush. Did I overdo it? Do I look like a clown? I don't care. I always buff in my blush into the powders that are already on my face. To that I'm gonna add Sienna, which is another favorite of mine. Oh, this is probably my favorite Femme blush. It's like a beautiful contour blush. Like I said, I've totally been like obsessed with blush. I can't help myself. I'm really layering it on, and as you can see, it's all powder. That's all I really want to wear. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. The last thing I would do is fill in my brows and do some mascara.